All right, target video. This is another video. Like I said, I'm gonna continue to make videos. I make videos because when I have this interaction with this with this perps, you understand how and sad it is. Now, I don't mean like the mood is sad. It's just like the way they live is sad because they have to create this. They have to live this life of so sad and pathetic. Like these people are capable of living a life where they can think for themselves, or at least they can function. They can enjoy this beautiful weather. They can they can drink as much water. But doing what they do is almost disgusting. I wouldn't want to stay in. Like for me, I don't envy them, and I'm dying. They are the most pathetic human beings because, unfortunately, while they were trying to make me accept these things, reality just came out. They were trying to make me accept these pedophilia things. To target individual, these people are trying to paint you in something that you're not. But because I'm so validated with the different manipulation, earlier on they were trying to make me think of the different perception manipulation onto, it's so sad because it's sad in a sense that not in the mood says, but to see people who compromise themselves to this point. I was with somebody who had a child, right, a bit older than me, this woman, and she kept showing me pictures of her child on purpose so they can do these manipulations and perceptions. And some of these pictures look like they were a little bit distorted, but it doesn't take much for them to create a disturbing perception. This child in this picture was maybe 15 years old, and they were creating all kind of nastiness and trying to force me to perceive her in a sexual way when she looked definitely like a child. But they don't it doesn't take much for them to create a perception of sexuality. And I was outside. I could hear these people try to make me accept this. I was like, I know this is what you guys forced me to experience. And thankfully, I do have I did take a picture of her wall where this child is on it, and they still try to create a disturbing, perverted perception. But I can see that this is very much manipulated, so I can always put myself back on track. And they will do everything possible to make you accept this way, this ways of thinking. They're gonna try to live this fantasy. They're gonna act accordingly, so so they can make it look like or make it sound like this is real. Like he truly perceive things this way. Forget about this technology that can manipulate the perceptions in a perverted way. He thinks this way naturally, and of course, there hasn't been any pedophilia type of tormenting her before, right? No, it's obvious they do this manipulation. It doesn't take much. If they can do that to much younger kids than her, older kids, they're gonna do that. And she's not even. She was very much like 15, like a kid, and she still look like a kid. But they, based on the very little they can, they try to make you perceive kids in the way you perceive an adult. They have this ability to control your perception. This is what this technology is, and their job is to make you accept this. And so it's nasty and it's disturbing. and and they try to make you accept. It's like, no, but you remember that person you followed in 2014 who looked like an adult, and that's why you perceived her as an adult, because she actually looked like an adult. It's not like some of the actual the kids that look like kids, but like in 2014 you follow this person who looked like she was older than her age, and so you follow her. Now this kid that you obviously see as a kid, but they force you to perceive her as a child, as an adult, right? And you can see the forced speech try to frustrate me. It's you. No, you're making me perceive these kids in a sexual way. You make me perceive these kids in a way that is sexual, perverse, and it's stimulating. That's what you do. The younger, from the babies to the older ones. So the older ones is easier, but it's the manipulation that you force me to have. So at this point, I understand this is what you guys do, and they stimulate me in insane ways. It's just so nasty. And so you gotta just be strong. You gotta know, okay, this is what they're doing to me. Okay, this is what they're doing to me. This is, and they're like, oh no, you like teenagers. Like, you're like, okay, please. We know who like teenagers. You can't say his name. What you're doing to me is just manipulate me to be stimulated toward kids, from young kids, older kids, from teenage kids to baby. Like that's what you're forcing me to do. That's your job, but you're the pedophiles. Um, there's one thing I want to make. I made a video a while ago about um about a singer, Billie Eilish, right? And they kept saying like, "Yo, you like her?" They tried to make me. They were like forcing me to like for a week straight. It was pure forcing of me, like changing the narrative of what I truly meant, what how my memories of her, how they tried like it was nonstop. But fortunately for me, there's pictures, right? As much as they're going to stimulate me, listen, this is obviously a stimulation that's force, a perception that's force. I obviously will never look at this as, oh, this is what I want. So I to put things in perspective, here's what I'm doing. I continuously put things in perspective. Let me see. Ta-ta. And you can see they like to, so I'm going to be stimulated. That's what they're going to do, but it's disgusting. So let me show you. Hmm. Can you see this? This is Billie Eilish. This is who I would be stimulated. Like, she's like 14 years old in this. And they're like, she's thick. Because I like curvaceous women, they will try to make me imagine. This. Let me show other pictures if this other pictures I can show. This. This. I'm saying that right now they're stimulating me. And they bang on those like, man, like try to get me back. This. And they really are trying to, let me zoom in a little bit. This. They're like, you're gonna get knocked out and everything. And they're doing whatever they can to try to force me to look at her in a sexual way. Like my perception right now is just being cranked up, and they try to make me nervous by banging on the walls like this. This. So now I'm supposed to be in as I put my phone back, accidentally, like touch the fabric on my. It's just nonsensical. So yeah, they're doing everything to force me to look at her in a sexual way, forcing me to look. They are just manipulative, fraudulent people. I will never, never, ever look at this kid and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is what I want." By my head right now, oh, and the fact, and while they do this perception, they're banging like on the wall like this, get knocked out, get gimmicks, jokes. They are jokes, clowns, human clowns, pure clowns. They are and they're like, "You're gonna get knocked out." You're gonna, yes, and you guys work for pedophiles. And no, I'm not subscribing. No, Billie Eilish. And this is your life. This is your life. You are trash. I'd rather get raped than having to do these things. And slamming the get knocked out. They slammed it on the wall, and just through the video, they say these things, and it's supposed to intensify things. Oh my gosh, it's me. Oh my gosh, this perception is me. Oh my gosh, yeah, Billie Eilish. Oh, she's thick. They have no shame. They- and even in this picture, they're trying to create something. See, it's just disgusting. But you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. Right now, they try to make me imagine something else. They try to make me imagine somebody else, and they call it this is war. Our war is to make you accept this perception. It's try to create a thought, a perception that can connect with something, that can make sense. I rather die. I rather get punched. I rather get knocked out than having to force somebody to be to create this BS. Well, you can't even speak about an actual pedophile called You understand? But I have to bang on the walls to make somebody subscribe to the manipulations. You get stabbed. Yeah, okay, I'd rather get stabbed than work for pedophiles. I'd rather get raped than make a noise campaign to try to make somebody accept these things. It's obvious manipulation of the brain. That's why they do this noise campaign. That's why they do this V2K. This is all in the sole purpose to accept this persona they've created and want you to feel guilty for it. This person was, she said this thing. She was telling me via V2K that you're gonna get raped in the butt. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get raped, but I cannot imagine living the life that you live. It will be so much more scarier than what I'm going to experience. They try to sound mysticful, fearless, but they are the biggest coward on earth. When I mean cowardness, you don't understand the level of cowardness. It's the cowardness to the point that you don't even want to be seen. Because if I take a picture of you and you see yourself, they're gonna see themselves for how obvious these people are full of. It's so obvious. And so they keep saying that I'm going to kill myself. And if that's the case, that's perhaps because I'm going to be tortured to this point. But that's not being killed. It's not killing myself. It's just literally like I killed them. But these people can actually kill themselves if they took just a few seconds just by themselves. Just thinking about how obvious this. I can imagine these people be on drugs, just having to smoke something or try to calm their nerves because they know that this thing is fraudulent. You know, let me show you how sometimes they will try to make me imagine um this BI to try to connect it with. This is how crazy things are. Give me a second. It's insane, but they were trying. So they try to link things together, right? So because they call her fake, they call her fake, right? And they will try to connect me with her in a sexual way. You see this woman. I was looking at her. This is a very strong looking woman. You see that? They were trying to connect her, this woman, to this. Do you understand how illogical these people have to be? Somebody opened the door and tried to make some noise campaign. This is the logic that they've manipulated my brain. They twisted my thoughts and at the moment how I was thinking and tried to make me think that this kid is fake. And they created this perception in my head that the memories aren't true. They destroy my memories. But hey, you cannot destroy memories when this is reality. They try my best to. Can you imagine? So my memories where they were creating in different fashion, making her look, and I'm like, listen, you tell me as much. This is me. This is what I want. This is what I would be interested in. I will never let them miss their fantasy. Reality will always be there. They will not escape reality. They can slam the doors. They can do whatever they want. But they sold their soul to pedophiles, and I'm glad they're doing it. I'm glad they sold their soul to pedophiles because now they're here having to dumb themselves down. You're trash. They're trusting people. And so to all my target individual, stay strong. You know who you are, and you know your true self. You know your imperfections, and you know what's being manipulated. So stay strong, and know that justice will be done.